Here in this Gatha, as Buddha said, he compared lust to fire. So there cannot be strong fire than fire of lust. And to overcome this, Buddha taught meditation. Meditation you can do like what we did now. Meditation on observing feelings and body. By observing feelings and body, mind become calm and relaxed and enjoy the calmness in the body, in the feeling. By practicing this, a person can overcome lust. And there are other methods which Buddha taught, like repulsiveness. You can also generate thought of repulsive on body, like body contains blood and other ugly, like some different unpleasant signs in the body, which can help us to overcome the lust as taught by the Buddha to the monks, to the nuns, and also to the lay people. So this is very effective meditation taught by the Buddha, meditation on repulsiveness. And there are many more methods like this to overcome this lust. And then the Buddha said, there is no grief like hatred. Normally, whenever there is hatred, we hold the emotions and we try to take revenge. And in some cases, we can see if the enemies are benefited by some unknown person, with them also we generate this hatred. Why so and so person has helped to my enemy? Why my enemy has got benefited? In this way, we develop this very strong grip on hatred. And sometimes, like, it can arise because of if someone helped to my enemies, or if someone have destroyed something of my relatives or my beloved ones, then also the hatred arises. It becomes very strong grip on emotion and thoughts. In some cases, people thinks to kill the other being. So they reach up to this limit. They cross the limit. In fact, sometimes they may think about to kill everyone in the family of his enemy. So such strong is the grip of hatred. So for this, Buddha taught some other methods, like we can generate Maitri meditation, and we can also think on our karma, and we can also avoid giving attention to them, and we can generate compassion towards such person. Then there is one more which is said by the Buddha is equanimity. We can maintain equanimity towards the enemy, for whomever you don't like. In this way, we can get rid of this grip of hatred. Then in the third gatha, in the third line, the Buddha said, there is no net, there is no net or trap like delusion. Delusion means ignorance or darkness of the mind. Here it is in Buddha's teaching, the delusion is the driver which drives greed, which drives hatred. So it is like we can think in a way like whenever we get anger or greed, we are not thinking about results. What will be the results in future? What will be the disadvantages of this hatred or greed? Not thinking of these results seems to be delusion. Not seeing the reality is delusion, is ignorance. So for this, the Buddha gave methods like to penetrate into the reality, into the body and mind. As we observe the body today, that body is heavy, it contains heaviness, lightness, it contains heat, it contains gas, and also liquidity we can see. So with these elements, the body made up of these elements. When we become able by continuous observing, and we can see, oh, this is the wind, this is the heat, this is the earth element, this is the water element. In this way, Buddha said, this is vicca, this is wisdom, opposite to the ignorance, avijja or moha. And same thing he said related to the mentality. Whatever emotions arises in the mind, when we know them as they are, and the emotions are conditioned by some other things, they are conditioned by external object. Whatever emotions arises here in my heart, in my mind, they are conditioned by external object. When they come in the contact with the five senses, then the contact arises. When the contact arises, the craving arises, the Vedana feeling arises, then the craving arises. This is how the emotions, we caught up into the emotions. So when we know this mentality, by seeing them, they are conditioned by external objects. When they come into contact with the mind or when they come into contact with the sense, then this arises. And in this way, we can see the mentality. These are the mentality, the different types of emotions, the different components of mind: greed, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and doubts, and stinginess, and many more. So these are the mental emotions, which is the mentality, we can say. Seeing them clearly, these two things, mentality and materiality, Buddha said, this is the wisdom. So we can develop it by observing the body, by observing feelings, and by observing different emotions, different thoughts in the mind. Whenever they arises, just become aware. So the main grip we should have on, that is awareness. When we have the grip on awareness, then it is like quite easy for us to deal with emotions, uh, with thoughts. We can know them very clearly, and we can also see them that they arise and they pass away. So the domain of awareness has immense potentiality to rise wisdom, to give rise wisdom, to see clearly the both materiality and mentality. In this way, we can develop the wisdom instead of caught up into the trap of ignorance, or caught up into the net of ignorance, or into the trap of delusion. Then the Buddha said this fourth line, which is Nati Tanha Samanati, which means there is no river like craving. So most of the time we can see in our day-to-day life also the craving to see, craving to hear, craving to smell, craving to taste, craving to touch, craving to think. We have almost all the time this craving, and whenever we engage into the craving, it becomes more powerful, more strengthened, more impactful in our mind, and it becomes like habituated of seeking craving. Like we are simply sitting here, the thought may come, let me go and have something, some other pleasurable object, let me experience or let me engage in some other activities where I can find happiness. So normally such kind of thoughts arises so fast, we may not be able to understand in most of the cases. But when we maintain this awareness, yes, we can see, we can feel. And sometimes when we have this very good awareness, we can also avoid them very, like, without any hesitation or without feeling remorse, to avoid such pleasant feelings. Because we know if we caught off in this craving, then I will become habituated of this craving. So we can avoid that by using wisdom. So once we caught up in this craving about anything, like visible craving regarding visible things, or sound or smell or anything else. Once we taste it, then it becomes like our habit to see, to run behind them. So it is like a river which flows all the time with a strong current. So we have this tanha. To overcome this tanha, then again the Buddha said we have to practice this meditation. And by practicing this meditation, we can overcome the craving. So for the craving, Buddha gave different methods. Like when there is craving arises for the food, we can contemplate on repulsiveness on food. So you can overcome the greedy. You can overcome the craving for the food. What food becomes after eating, like that. You can contemplate in order to overcome the craving for the food. Similarly, whenever the craving arises for the body, we can observe the body, inside the body, what is there inside the body, like bones. There are bones and blood and many more things in the body. In this way, we can overcome this craving. towards body. Like this, when we see all the time arising and passing away of the phenomena of like sound, visible object, or smell, taste, or anything like feelings or emotions, when we see the current of arising and passing away in this way, we can also overcome greedy here by just observing arising and passing away. When we observe arising and passing away, there will be no craving at that moment. And when arising and passing away becomes stronger, then there will be no wrong views. In this way, uh, the meditators can overcome the greed, the craving by seeing the repulsiveness on body, repulsiveness on food, or seeing arising and passing away throughout the body, and feelings, mental, like our mind and its objects. So it becomes like very strong, and it also arises some kind of benefits, like there will be more happiness and calmness, and also rapture, many more things. It is not dry. When we observe the things as they are, you may think, oh, what is there to observe them? It must be dry. It is not dry. It is with happiness. It is with rapture. It is with tranquility. It is with wisdom. So this can be experienced in our practice of mindfulness. As long as we practice mindfulness, we can experience all the time calmness without engaging in any object. Although we will be aware about everything, but we will not engage the mind into the objects. So this is the great benefit which can be experienced in the meditation. So this is the Gatha which taught by the Buddha. In the end, before conclude the talk, I would like to read one more time for you. So Buddha said here, there is no fire like lust, there is no grip like hatred, there is no net like delusion, there is no river like craving. So this is said by the Buddha. So I wish everyone, may you enjoy very good health, peace of mind, may you be freed from dangers and accidents, may your family members be happy, be peaceful, may all of them be freed from dangers and accidents. Bhavatu Sabbamangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanubhavena Sada Sothe Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabbamangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Dhammanubhavena Sada Sothe Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabbamangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Sangha